Hey everybody. Welcome back to Prince's Friend exploring music through Prince. And yeah, oh my gosh, guys. It has been a little bit. I haven't actually been around for a bit here. I would say for about at least the last 2 weeks. I haven't really been posting anything. There's a reason for that. Actually, there's a few different reasons for that. The first one is I've had massive allergies. I don't know if you guys can tell here, but I have raccoon eyes right now, big bags under my eyes, and they're black some of the time. They're very dark circles. Allergies here have been just super crazy, terrible. The second one is obviously I've been working a lot on my music and trying to get that done because it's something that I can do while not having to be on camera. So I can do that instead of recording videos here. The third reason is because I actually have been working secretly on a new thing for the channel that I will reveal to you guys soon. Uh, but I have actually been doing some recording on a new kind of format that I want to do here on the channel. A couple of the people in the chat are actually part of it, so it should be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to share that with you. But that means that I've been spending a bunch of time recording that, but I'm not sharing it. So I've been doing recording, just not anything that is on the channel at the moment. So I thought I'd go ahead and jump on. I had a little bit of time here on this, wonderful Sunday afternoon, and I just got done recording another thing, but I wanted to come on and just say like, "Hey y'all, how you guys doing?" I've been hearing a lot of rumors about things in the last few weeks, and I have not actually been again in a position. I've been snotty and sneezy and allergy. The big thing obviously is that I wanted to get myself better before I could come on here and talk about it. But if anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to put them into the chat. Don't forget to hit like. The thing about this kind of format, whenever I go live, is the more likes we get on the live video, the more people who are subscribed will then get alerted that the video is even happening. So definitely don't forget to hit like. Subscribe to the channel, obviously. There hasn't been anything for a couple weeks, but there's going to be a lot coming up because trust me, I've been filming stuff. And obviously, you can become a YouTube member by hitting join, or you can go hit the Patreon. You can hit the bell so you always get those notifications. And obviously, you can put questions in the chat here. If you attach a super chat to that, you can do that, and I will definitely see it. Otherwise, sometimes the chat can go really fast, and I try to hit everything, but it don't always happen. So feel free to do that. But today, the main thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about some of these rumors that are going around. And honestly, I usually try to steer clear of rumors if I can. Uh, Sometimes it's impossible, but other times, I get to pick and choose. The fun thing is I get to pick and choose what's going on my channel. So sometimes I like to talk about rumors and other times not. And I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I'm going to talk about some of the rumors because it was just recently posted on goldiesparade.co.uk. Somebody kind of trying to guess at what the releases for 2021 are going to be since we have yet to hear anything. So this is an article that was written about a month ago and we still haven't heard anything. So that's also kind of weird. I know that a lot of us are, limited in what we can do due to COVID and stuff, but like you can still be releasing albums and you can wear a mask and release an album. Like get the albums out. Uh, so so let's talk about this. So what they are talking about is April. I'm just going to read a little bit here. April is traditionally the month of reissues. In previous years, the month was slated for Sony's Up All Night with Prince, the One Night Alone Live, the whole big package, and accompanying with the Live at Aladdin. All right, get to the point. Uh, they also did the Ultimate Rave in April. They also did, let me see. So there's that. So what they are thinking is going to happen this year is the Crystal Ball reissue is what has been guessed at. And I actually think I've heard that other places, so this might not be the only thing. So it could be a Crystal Ball reissue. because April is usually the time where we get stuff that we've already got, but we get it in a new form. And honestly, I think that the crystal ball, that would be awesome. I'm actually just about to this week going to film my review for the Kama Sutra, which means that I will finally be done with all of the crystal ball reviews. So that's going to be fun, especially if they end up getting this reissue out around the same time that I finish those reviews. Yes, I know I started the reviews like months ago. Guys, it's been an amazing last few months in many ways. I'll say it has been an interesting last few months. Uh, and as the old Chinese proverb says, "May you live in interesting times." Sometimes boring is better, I guess, is just what I'll say. Uh, but the guess here on this website is Crystal Ball, and I like that idea. It could be. I'm fine with that. I mean, and it would be a reissue, not a deluxe edition or anything. So it would be all the same stuff we already got, just in a new packaging and whatnot. And honestly, I think that since so few people actually got Crystal Ball at the time, I mean, he sold quite a few, but not nearly as many. And I think at this point, now that there's this renewed kind of interest in Prince, it would be cool to get Crystal Ball and get it into more people's hands. Like that's the most important thing. Thank you to Susan for the $5 super sticker. Which sticker did you pick? I have to see the sticker now. Hold on. I always love it. Noob. I love it. Oh, that's kind of a cute one. It's I don't know, it's kind of funny. Uh, so anyway, thank you for that, by the way. So I think Crystal Ball would be interesting if they did that. So this website says now the year's second release is expected to be in midsummer and widely anticipated to be the previously unreleased album, which Prince recorded in 2010/2011, named Welcome to America. Now, originally, Prince intended to release the album during 2011 to coincide with his Welcome to America tour, yet he released the 2010 album instead. But 2010 came out in 2010, so that feels like that's a bad. I don't know. That feels like that's poor research on your part, sirs or madams. I don't know who wrote this. Anyway, further details on summer release will be announced later this year, so do bear in mind. With all 2021 releases, they've yet to be officially confirmed. Yeah, we know that. Duh. So the Welcome to America, it would be cool if we got that. I think this article, I don't actually know what was supposed to have been on there. You know what? Let's go together to princevault.com and let's see. Welcome to America. And let's see actually what was supposed to be on this album. Let me see. So what Prince Vault says is that it was an unreleased song. Oh, no, that says a song. Is there a way for me to see the unreleased album? All right, anyway, it was probably going to have some really great songs on it. I actually liked a lot of what Prince was writing around that time. 2010 is a banging album. I'll say that. Not everybody likes that album. I freaking love that album. And honestly, it would be really good to get some unreleased stuff from Prince, not maybe so many reissues. I understand reissues are a thing. Let's do that. Deluxe editions are interesting too, because it's like you're getting an album you already have, but then you're also getting some additional vault stuff. But I actually want more complete albums, I think, is what I like. Like it's nice to get vault tracks, like 4 discs of vault tracks all haphazardly thrown on there. But I would actually prefer to have a nicely curated album that tells a story, has a vibe to it. That's what I listen to Prince for. That's what I'm doing with my own music. Like my own music is like, there's a story there. If obviously if you know my brain, there's a story there. It might not sound like there's one, but there's one, trust me. So yes. So, I think it's important to have that sort of thing. And I don't want to get too far away from that. Like so far, we've gotten re-releases of things and super deluxe editions of things with just tons of tracks and no story. Like Prince, I think, would have wanted these songs. This is just my guess. I don't know, obviously. But it would be nice if we kind of went back to the way Prince would do it. That's his vault had so many songs on it because he would write a song and he'd be like, yeah, but it's not right for this album. So it wasn't just like, it's not right for this album, so let's just throw it on a disc with like all the other stuff that I didn't also release around the same time. It's like, no, it needs to have a really amazing home on an album for it. So also, we're at about 109 people during the live stream. So hey, that's awesome. I think that's still lower than our highest. I think our highest we've ever had was like in the 130s. So how about this? Everybody hit the like button right now, because again, I said it at the beginning, but the more people hit like on this video, the more people who are already subscribed will then get the notification that the video is happening. So anyway, so yeah, so Welcome to America is what they are thinking will be the original album for 2021. Again, I mean, I'm down. Anything that we can get that has stuff that I haven't heard. That's what I always like, because and obviously I haven't heard everything. There's songs I don't know, and there's a bunch of songs I do know, because I have a lot of stuff, but I don't have as much as some people. So trust me, I know. Then the final release that this website is guessing is that it will be another deluxe edition, and that this time it will be a deluxe edition for Diamonds and Pearls, is their guess. It says here, just in time for the album's 30th anniversary, the release is particularly noteworthy as it would mark Sony's first reissue from Prince's Warner era catalog, because Sony just got the rights to all the stuff this year, or it's going to happen this year, where Sony is going to end up having the rights instead of Warner Brothers. So it's interesting that then they would turn around and just do a super deluxe of a Warner Brothers anyway. So, I mean, they could do it. But it says the 2021 edition was previously tipped as Parade Super Deluxe, but it is since understood that the Prince estate wants to shine a spotlight on Prince's 1990s Warner's catalog instead. So there you go. And I actually had heard that, and that was why I wanted to discuss this, because I know that a whole lot of people had already talked about the fact that there was going to be a Parade Super Deluxe, and like people had like mock like track listings and stuff like that, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this real? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe it. But my guess, honestly, I remember when I made this video, oh my gosh, like maybe 6 months ago, I had said that like the next Super Deluxe would be one of two albums. It would be either Parade, because that is the last of the soundtrack Super Deluxes that like Warner Brothers would want to get that out before they had to turn over the rights to Sony. The other one was that it would be, or it would be Diamonds and Pearls. And they're saying like, the state wants to highlight his 90s catalogs. Like, okay, BS on that. I call BS on that. Diamonds and Pearls is the next best-selling album. So you would obviously do Diamonds and Pearls. So Parade or Diamonds and Pearls was my guess. So it's nice to see that like I wasn't far off. I knew it was going to be one of the two. And I honestly was thinking more Diamonds and Pearls than Parade, which was why when I got the Parade, somebody sent me the track listing. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I'm happy for it if it is it, but is this real? But it looks like it's now going to be Diamonds and Pearls. Nothing is confirmed. But if it is Diamonds and Pearls, it makes perfect sense to me. But also it would be really cool to get like, I want a remastered version of Horny Pony. That's one of my very favorite B-sides from like any Prince era. So I really want a remastered version of Horny Pony, because that is just an amazing song. It just is. Ooh, you nasty. Anyway. So yeah, so in this article also says something like Netflix is working on a documentary which they plan to air in 2022, which is true as well. I have a few bits of information that I'm going to end up sharing about the documentary. I've been trying to get all of my facts in order, because I don't want to make a video and then I throw everything for a loop and then like it's all wrong, and it's because I've already done that. I had to make a video correcting the video before it's happened. I've done it all the time. So anyway, so that is this article. And honestly, if it ends up being Crystal Ball reissue, wonderful. I love it. I will buy it. Let's do it. I would love to have a copy of that again, especially if it has the book with all the liner notes and stuff. Again, maybe they can release it in like the Orb, release set again. They probably won't, but I'm interested because they always do a really good job with the packaging. So um, I'm interested to see what they do with the packaging. We're up to 128, guys. So if we can get up to like 136, I think we're trucking along. It's Sunday evening though, so I understand. It's probably not that many people who are like, "Hey, let's see what Prince's friend is up to on Sunday afternoon." So if the next album after that was Welcome to America, I actually don't know much about that album in terms of what songs were supposed to be on it and whatnot. So I liked a lot of what Prince was doing around that time. So I'm down. I'm down. Let's give me an album with stuff that I haven't heard. That's all I want. Of stuff that I haven't heard in a form that tells a story and has a feel and has a vibe and makes sense as an album. That's what I want. And then lastly, Diamonds and Pearls makes a lot of sense. So does Parade, but mostly I was leaning towards Diamonds and Pearls anyway because I want a remaster of Horny Pony. So there you go. That's this article, and that's the discussion here about these rumors. So hello to everybody who is showing up, who has showed up, and who is here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start going through some of these comments. It only goes back so far, and it does like to jump around. So again, if you want me to definitely see your comment, definitely you can hit the super chat and I will 100% see it and answer it. Otherwise, it's a crapshoot. So we'll see if I get to yours. It's fun. I love it when I have these really, really bustling chats and stuff like that. So you guys make it all worth it. I love that you guys are even here hanging out with me. So let's see what we have here. So I see here, as weird as it sounds, I honestly would like to see them release a deluxe for Graffiti Bridge. To me, that's not weird at all. I friggin' love Graffiti Bridge, and I would love to have that album remastered. The thing also too about remastering, which is weird for me, is that, stuff that was released after he got Paisley Park, a lot of that stuff is mastered really, really well. That's why, honestly, that's also why I was thinking Parade makes a lot of sense, because if you go back and you remaster those earlier albums, it makes a lot more sense than trying to remaster albums that are really well mastered and stuff. And I've been learning about like mixing and mastering and stuff like that again, because I've been making my own music, and it's hard and it's tough. And I have a lot of stuff at my disposal, so I can just only imagine what it was like to mix and master stuff back in the day when you did not have like a million plugins and really super fast computers and stuff, and you were doing it with tape, like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. So let's see. Ren says he wants Diamonds and Pearls. He loves it, but has yet to buy it. So hey, a deluxe edition of that would be the perfect time to buy that. Hey, Elsie, how you doing? Elsie said, hey. He is one of my musical mentors, Elsie. So shout out to Elsie. He's really great. Let's see. The Truth is one of the best to me. The acoustic is beautiful. I agree. I loved it. When I did my review for The Truth too, you'll notice that I'm like, it was all like touted as like being like, this is the acoustic album. It's all acoustic album. And I'm like, there's some keyboard on here. There's a little bit. It's not entirely acoustic, because we all know Prince. We know Prince would be like, man, I have this really cool idea for an acoustic song. We could probably throw on some keyboard. We could probably do some stuff on there. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But I do like that album, by the way. It's really, really great. I saw that a few people are saying that there's some lag. I apologize. The internet is gonna internet. Is all I can say. Any information on Celebration yet? Oh, that's a good question. What I will say to KDR is they would have already announced it in February for like April. So my guess would be no. They have not said anything about it. So my guess would be no. It just makes sense that they wouldn't do it this year, and then they would jump at it. We'd be chomping at the bit for next year, definitely. So we'll see what happens though. But yeah, probably no Celebration, at least not in the April one. If yeah, I know here in the US, I know that the, vaccines are going out and whatnot. So if ever, if we have enough vaccinated people, maybe people can start doing more, private parties and stuff. But I don't think that Paisley is doing anything. So there you go. If they are, hit me up, Paisley. I'm all about it. Let's do it. um, this is an interesting question. D Money, how long have you been on YouTube? Hey, I can always answer that question. That's easy. I've been on YouTube almost 6 years. Almost 6 years now. Wait a minute. Almost 6 years. I made my oh gosh, what year did almost 5 years. Almost 5 years. Because I made my channel like a month after Prince passed. Uh and if you go watch this, I have made a whole video of who is Prince's friend, where I tell the story of how I got the channel going in the way that it is now. But it's a fun one. It's a fun one. But yeah, I've been here for almost 5 years since I started this channel. I also have a couple of other channels, so that's how it. Did you tell them that you're releasing new music? I haven't told this group of people, but I do have music coming out. My band is called Strays of the World, and I will have music coming soon. Soon. It's coming soon. That's all I can say. I'm actually working on the last song, not the last song on the album, but the last song that I have for the album. I'm working on it, and it's almost there. It's not quite, just a little bit of extra work it needs, but it's almost there. And thank you, Elsie, for reminding me to tell people about Strays of the World and the fact that I will be sharing a lot more music very, very soon. So let's see. I'd love to have a standalone reissue of The Truth. Well, that's interesting. I don't think it's necessary, though, because if they are going to reissue Crystal Ball, it will, according to this article, it should include both The Truth and Kama Sutra. And that's actually the thing about Kama Sutra is like, not everybody got the Kama Sutra because you had to buy the 5-disc version of Crystal Ball to get it. And like I know when I bought it, I got the 4-disc version, and I didn't hear Kama Sutra until 3 years ago. I think I heard Kama Sutra for the first time. Like I had heard that it existed, but I had never gotten my hands on an actual copy of it. So, uh, yeah, I mean, Kama Sutra, it's really, really good. I can't wait to actually post the review of that because I made up like a little storyline in my head with it and stuff because there's no lyrics or anything. So you have to be creative when it comes to reviewing instrumentals. It's hard to do. I'll just say that. Hi, Talons. Fellow Whovian agreed. Yes, I am. I don't know what that. Oh, Talons. Let me see. Hold on. Yes. Anyway, I was actually watching. I just watched the slow invasion of the tiny cubes just earlier today. So, any other Whovians out there know what I'm talking about? The invasion of the tiny cubes. I was just rewatching that one. Let's see. Oh, you didn't pick okay, so Susan didn't actually pick the it just popped up. Well, thank you. Again, I appreciate the super chat in any form. But that sticker was darn cute. It really was. Has Dirty Mind been re-released? No. I don't believe so. I know that there's a few people who are saying that they should do like a double reissue of Dirty Mind Controversy, but they have not. That is not a thing that has happened. And again, like that's the kind of album that I would love to have reissued. Like I want that reissued because I want it. Well, I want it remastered. Don't just throw it out. Like I would want those earlier albums. I want to hear them remastered with like, in like, man, it would be great if they were doing all of the remasters in Paisley. I don't know. It's just my thought. I like the idea of that. Let's see. Let me see. So he actually had a 2010 tour, and then 2011, I think he revamped version of Dance Electric was gonna be on Welcome to America. Okay, well that's interesting. So yeah, the 2010 tour. What I was saying is that the album 2010 came out in 2010, not in 2011, because he's like what the article said was like he was gonna release Welcome to America to go along with the Welcome to America tour, but then ended up releasing 2010 instead. And I'm like, yeah, but he did the tour was in 2011 and 2010 was in 2010. I don't know. It's just different. I don't know. And yes, I agree. Sticky Like Glue is a banger. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, it jumped around. Uh, hey, Arvy, good to see you. And hey, hello, Marcy, good to see you. All right, let's see what we got here. So yeah, so I'm looking here. It says Sony has the rights. The family sold it to Sony. So let me correct that a little bit. Sony, I don't know the exact date that Sony takes over this year, but it wasn't that like the family sold it and it's like the most terrible thing. It's just like a weird way to word it. But what ended up happening was that when Prince in 2014 signed with Warner Brothers to have them help him release a Artificial Age and Plectrum Electrum. Excuse me, let me get a drink real quick. That was the deal that included him getting his masters back. But what it also included was them having a distribution deal with Warner Brothers for the next 7 years. And that's 2021, 7 years from 2014. So that's what's happening now. So when Prince passed, the estate, who was not the siblings, the family did not do the family had some say, but really the family didn't really have much of a say in here. But the estate signed a deal with Sony so that after Warner Brothers and their contract was done, it ended up now it's getting passed over to Sony to go ahead and finish the distribution and start the distribution going after that. And again, there's been some fun stuff, in the works that I've been thinking could come now that we're maybe not going to focus too much on the Warner Brothers explicit releases. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm pretty excited about it. So let's see. There needs to be a reissue of the Times catalog. Been too long. Yes, I mean it has been too long. And by the way, we just passed 137, so we now have a new top number of people here. So if we can pile on some more people, we'll have a new highest number of people in a chat and in the live stream at the same time. The thing about the Time is I don't know if there's enough money in the Time. I think that it would be really nice for us. We want it. I would love to have it. But I don't know. I mean, I know that like Morris Day just came out with like a new song, so that's pretty cool. So maybe that might reinvigorate everything and make people want to buy a bunch of Time, again, maybe. But the fact that like the Time, they sold a lot, but like they're God, I don't want to say it in like a negative way, but like, the Time shtick is, not necessarily a thing that I think has stood the test of time. Like it's very 80s essentially. But I would love it again, but I don't know how much money is in it. So obviously the record companies and stuff, the execs, and they're going to make a decision based on money, which was why I had said that Diamonds and Pearls would be the next one, because it was the next highest selling album and has the most chance of making the most money. So that's just my thought. I don't know though. I'd buy a Time catalog reissue, deluxe, whatever, if they wanted to do something like that. I'd totally buy the hell out of that thing. So, I guess we'll just see what happens. So let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mr. Super Jam, you said that Sony has split out the tracks for Love Sexy on the streaming services. Yes, I think it's good for streaming. That's definitely a good way to do it for streaming. But whenever I listen to it, I still always listen to it in one fell swoop. 140, we're up to 140. Awesome. Great. Oh, that's great. Let me see. So good Sunday afternoon, Princess Friend. Hello to Radical Brian. Whatever happened to Around the World in a Day? Will there be a super deluxe edition of that as well? I mean, there might be. I think Diamonds and Pearls makes sense for the next one. Again, for many of the reasons that I've already stated. I don't know what the next one after that will be. We'll have to see. But it's been rumored that the next one will be that, and then we'll see what comes after that. It's hard for me to predict the future in terms of like a whole year ahead, because what if something happens and like Around the World in a Day becomes like a hit again for some reason? They'll be like, oh well, obviously we're gonna super deluxe the hell out of that thing then. So, Theo, hello, Theo. You just said that you're very patiently waiting for reissue of the Gold Experience. Um, gosh, that might not ever happen. Basically, due to the whole thing with the most beautiful girl in the world, and most beautiful girl in the world is kind of the centerpiece of that album. So it'd be weird if you cut that stuff out. It's not really necessarily the same album anymore. So I think for artistic reasons, they're not doing that. I think that's also the reason why on the Prince anthology album there were so many songs from the Gold Experience on that the anthology collection because they're like, hey, we're gonna we don't actually we might not be able to release this album, so let's put a bunch of them over here on this anthology. And like I remember doing that review and I was wondering why, and then it dawned on me after the fact, obviously. So if you go watch that video where I did the review of the anthology, I'm like, I have no clue why, but I figured it out since. It's because they're probably never doing another release of the Gold Experience. So they're like, hey, here's some Gold Experience songs on here, since you probably won't get them in their natural form again. So yeah, so there you go. Oh, it jumped again. Oh, you terrible, terrible chat box. All right, let me see if I can find my spot again here. It does this every so often where it jumps. It's not really my favorite thing about the chat. But again, if you want to do if you do a super chat, then I definitely will see it because it pops it up at the top. But otherwise, it's hard to see what happens. Let's see. Does a remaster mean a remix? That's a good question. A lot of the time it does also include a remix, but doesn't always. Sometimes a remaster is just like a rebalancing and making sure everything is clearer and processed in a different way. It could mean a remix, but not even in the largest sense of the term. It's not like they're going to take a slow ballad and turn it into a club jumper. That's like a really strong that's what you think of when you think remix. But sometimes a remix could just be like, I'm going to move the tambourine up a bit in the volume in the mix, and it does actually make a difference when you start mixing slightly different, when you start adjusting even just volumes and pans and stuff like that. Anyway, I've been doing, my life has been mixing and mastering for like the last month, so trust me, I understand it. And yes, sometimes a remaster can mean a remix, but it doesn't automatically mean that. So let's see. Hello, Kimmy. I was just hanging out with Kimmy earlier, so hello. And thank you for the super chat, Chef Carter. Chef Carter teaches how to cook. I steal tons. I guess not steal because she's sharing them online, but I use a lot of her recipes. She's really, really good. Um, so there's that. So let's see. Bring Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe. Bring on Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe. I'd love to hear Open Book and I Wonder in remastered quality. Yes, and I think I talked about that in the last live stream. I Wonder is a great song, but the copy I have is super low quality and it's terrible. But the song itself is great. Like I can just tell from hearing it. Like it's a great song. Construction wise, I would love to see an musicology album deluxe. Yeah, me too. I freaking love. My question though is, would a musicology album deluxe just be a triple album of musicology, Slaughterhouse, and and Chocolate Invasion, because those three albums were released that year, and essentially the Chocolate Invasion and Slaughterhouse are the unreleased stuff from that era, but Prince went ahead and released it. So I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing it. I like to hear it. See what they got. See what they got. Black Album Super Deluxe? Nope. That's not gonna happen. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Never. Let's see. If they're reissuing Crystal Ball, they should also go back to Crystal Ball that Prince was gonna release in 2000, something maybe even separate edition of The Truth and Kama Sutra. I've never heard of him going to release another Crystal Ball in 2000. So unless it was going to be Crystal Ball 2 or something like that. But I hadn't heard about that. I'll have to do more research into that. Hmm. Superfly, you're asking how is Rosie Gaines these days? I haven't I made a video like a few years ago about how she was in she had some health concerns and they had a whole t-shirt that if you bought the t-shirt, I'm not wearing it right now, but it was a Rosie Gaines t-shirt and if you bought the t-shirt then you would get then all the proceeds went to her. So I definitely bought one of those and I was trying to get people to go buy it. Since then, I have heard through the grapevine because her daughter sometimes pops up in our chat, in our comments and stuff, and sometimes other people who have run-ins with Rosie, they find themselves on the channel, which is great. Everybody can come and hang out on Princess Fred. But from what I've heard, she is better. She is feeling better, and she is actually trying to get back into the studio to maybe record some new stuff. That was the latest that I had heard, and that was like 6 months ago. So I don't know the current status of that, but I was very pleasantly not pleasantly surprised, but I was very happy to hear good things about her health and what's going on. So the Funk Eye One, hey Princess Friend from Scotland, I love your channel and want a Love Sexy remastered. Me too. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite 80s album. So I 100% want a Love Sexy remaster one day. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Super Jam. Again, so you're saying if I want to see the track list for Coming to America and the Prince Vault, go to discography and click on unreleased albums. Well, you know what? Let's go do that together right now, guys. So go to discography. Thank you for that, by the way, because I was trying to find it and I could not find it. Unreleased albums, and that one was supposed to be in like 2010ish. Welcome to America. Here we are. All right, so Welcome to America should have been in 2011. It was going to have 1,000 Light Years Away. That sounds familiar. Born to Die, Check the Record, Hot Summer, which I have heard Hot Summer. Running Game, Same Page, Different Book, which I have heard. Stand Up and Be Strong, Welcome to America, and When She Comes, which obviously we've all heard that one. So that's cool. And Stand Up and Be Strong that's a Soul Asylum song, isn't it? Let me read here. Yeah, that's a Soul Asylum song. See, that's awesome. See, I love it when Prince would throw stuff on there that you'd be like, what? You like Soul Asylum? That's wonderful. I like Soul Asylum. Soul Asylum is awesome, and here's why. Because they have a song where they rhyme funeral and urinal, and that is probably the most creative rhyme I have ever seen. So again, thank you, Mr. Super Jam. Like out of those like 8 or 9 songs, how many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 9 songs. Out of that, I have personally heard, I believe, 4 of those, which would mean if they release that album, that would be 5 songs that I literally have not heard before. Like literally have not heard. That would be amazing. That's what I want. Make that happen. Make that happen, Estate. Rah. Moving on. So let's do I still have a thing up? No, okay, I don't. I have my camera here, and it's in front of the screen now. So let me see. If I just raise my screen a little bit, I could probably just do it that way. And no, all right, I'll just do it that way instead. Instead of like trying to look around my camera. We hit 145 before, so that is now our new top score. We're at 144, but we hit 145 a second ago. So lots of people in here, and I love it. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me on a fun, Sunday afternoon. This is a lot of fun. So let's see. So where was I here? I wonder, this is from Dara, I wonder if they'll ever release concerts remastered. Do you think this is something they should do? Should do is different. I'm not sure if they should do anything. Will they do it? It's hard to remaster live recordings. I think it's harder to do. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a very good question, though. I'm not really sure, though. Thank you to Susan for the 1999 super chat for funeral and urinal. Exactly. That's like a stupid good rhyme. And I've never heard it rhymed ever in any other song. So So thank you for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Um, let me see. Hold on. It should probably be up. So you thought that was really, really cool with like three, like it's awesome. It's awesome. I love that rhyme. That rhyme is awesome. So let's see here. We still have a lot. Wow, you guys are very busy and I love it. Um, give me some love. I'm stuck at home with COVID-19 at the moment. Any Prince news is good news. Well, I love you. So there's some love for you. And I hope that, I hope that you're not losing it indoors and quarantining and whatnot. I feel like the end is in sight. So we just all have to ride this train for just a little bit longer and then we can get back to some semblance of normalcy again, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But yes, obviously, all the love to you and your family and to all of you who might be struggling or something. Hopefully, popping on here and chatting for, 45 minutes to an hour. Hopefully, that's helping all of you have a brighter day. That's what I'm here for. That's what I exist for, is to bring you guys love and I mean, just I don't know, my face. So let's see. So agreed. Why remaster music that already has a master sound? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like most of the stuff released after Love Sexy, pretty much. Most of the stuff released after Love Sexy has a really great sound to it. So and I'm really hoping that they don't correct things because like that's a thing. Like on the song Love Sexy, there's a part where the tape skips and stuff and it goes in the song Love Sexy. And I'm hoping that like if they're gonna do it, that they don't change it. Like I don't want them to fix that. Remastering is for fixing like technical issues, but not necessary to fix something that was in the original recording. I really hope that they don't do that. Mr. Super Jam with another one. 1,000 Light Years Away is the song that was tacked on to the end of Black Muse. That's where I heard that. I was like, yeah. I was like, 1,000 Light Years Away. What is that? I was like, I know I heard that song. It was at the tail end of Black Muse. Good job. See, you guys are on top of this. Like, y'all guys should have the channel. I'm telling you. I try my best, but some of you guys know way more than me. All right, so let's see here. Bow. Let's see what we got here. Diamonds and Pearls song was written for someone in particular. I'm not sure. I actually don't know that one. And honestly, I feel like Diamonds and Pearls has been repurposed so well to a song that's just kind of to everyone. Like, I don't think even if it was written for someone in particular, I don't think it belongs to that one person anymore. Like, I think it's very much, it's for all of us now. Superfly asks, how are your wife and kids? And do they enjoy Prince music? Thank you. Yes, actually. My family is very good. My wife has already gotten the vaccine. She works in like health, public service and stuff. So she's already gotten it. Me and the kids are good. We're good. Do they enjoy Prince music? Yes. They do enjoy Prince music. And they honestly have no choice. Like I play it all the time. So if they did not like it, then I would be torturing them. So it's almost as if they have to force themselves to like it. Because if they don't, then life is misery. So yeah, so there you go. Yeah. It's so funny. When I get questions about my family, I love the fact that you guys are actually interested in me as well. It doesn't happen all the time, but thank you. I appreciate it. So let's see. I think it's time for an originals volume 2. I would agree with that, Costas. I actually had I posted a video that was like what my picks would be if they did a volume 2. What I had heard is that they were definitely going to do one and that they had already had, this is from the inside scoop, people, because I sometimes talk to people who know people. I don't talk to the people, but I talk to the people who know the people who sometimes know the people. So I get all of my second and third hand information, but I had heard that they had actually already put away all the songs that were going to be on 2 and 3. And I guess they're just looking for the right time to release those, but I guess we'll see. I don't know. So PG-13 Hockey Man, you've posted a few times that there's lag. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I can't do anything about it. If there's lag, I apologize. If nobody else is getting lag, it could be your computer. That's all I'm saying. I'm reading all high bars and great service here on my end. So if it could be, we can blame it on me, we can blame it on YouTube, or we can blame it on your computer. It could also be a combination somewhere of the three. Who knows? I apologize if you're getting any lag though. So, question for you, PF. Did you ever get the chance to meet Prince in person? I actually love this question because, when you get the name Prince's friend, uh, it does make you think that obviously I have met him in person, which I have not. The name of the channel is Prince's friend because in the 90s, Prince stopped using the term fan. He started using the term friend. So we were all friends of Prince in the 90s. He eventually went on, like later on, to change that from friend to fam. And that's why a lot of people are like purple fam and all that stuff because we're family and whatnot. But the 90s was when I was discovering Prince and when I was like really, really deep in the Prince, like, I mean, I guess I'm just as deep into it, but when I was super, super deep into Prince, it was always friend. That's what, and I was like, I am Prince's friend. I am not a fan. I'm not fam. I am friend. So when I went and made the channel, I actually noticed that there was a ton of like Prince fan 1980 and Prince fan, blah, 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 and Prince fan, this. And I was like, well, I never used the word fan. So I used Prince's friend. And it just made sense to me in the way that I've always engaged with Prince and his music and stuff. Friend for me. And what that turns into is people going, "You just fake, you fake ass nigga. You never met Prince. You ain't his friend." And uh, take that up with Prince because Prince called us friends. So that's all I got to say about that. Don't blame me. You can blame Prince for that. So let's see who else has a comment here. We did get up to 151 at one point. So that is now our new high score. So thank you to everybody who's popping in here and having a fun time, by the way. Let's see what we got here. I'm sure there's some more questions here. Oh gosh, there's actually a ton of questions. I'm just trying to find a good one before it bounces around. So yes, so Dan B has anyone else seen the Batman 8 CD Ultimate Collection? It popped up the other day, and I'm guessing it's not official. It is not official. Funny thing about Batman is Batman would have been my choice if I had had the chance to pick what the next deluxe edition would be. I would have picked Batman. Mostly because I like those songs, but I love a lot of the songs that Prince wrote for Batman that didn't make it on there. And I want to hear those in like really good form and whatnot. Because like Dance with the Devil is an amazing song and it's so dark. Just amazing stuff. So I did answer this one before. Do I think that they'll ever make a collection of the Black Album and the Love Sexy? So I would say they might do it for Love Sexy, most likely not for the Black Album because Prince really hated the Black Album. If you watch my review for the Black Album and I kind of break it down, like why and like the extent that he did not like the Black Album. So I mean, not only did he say don't buy the Black Album, I mean, he straight up said, "Hey, don't buy it." But even when he did officially release it, he had a lot of contingencies of like, if copies that aren't sold after a certain date have to be returned and stuff because I seriously really don't want this album out there. Uh, and if you go to Paisley Park, the room that just has all of the wires and cables from all the rest of the place, that's called the Black Album because it's the room that no one goes to. So like Prince does not like the Black Album. If they do release a Black Album deluxe, because they could, there's nothing stopping them from doing it. If they do, I don't think I'd buy it. I think actually it because I feel like that is actually against, there's so many things that like people are like, oh, this is a travesty and Prince wouldn't want this and Prince wouldn't want that. And like I feel like releasing a deluxe of the Black Album is like the one and only thing that I would stand up for. And I'd be like, you're right. Prince would not want that. But then again, I'm like pedantic like that. So it's all good. So yeah, let's see here. um, ba, 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 ba. Nothing compares to you with Rosie Gaines. Yeah, that's a good one. Uh, so Prince's friend, shouldn't new artists be given a class on masters ownership, etc., before signing any deals? I agree that they should. I know that also it's a different landscape nowadays. You can do so much without having a record deal nowadays. Kinda, right? Like if I mean you can, but your expectations have to be a certain way. Again, I'm making music right now. I do plan on releasing that music, and I plan on probably selling some copies of my music, having some people stream it. It's literally me making music here in my office, in my studio space here, which is, it is what it is. But basically, what there's actually was just recently streaming like stats and stuff that were just released. And, 90% of all of the streams are going to about 10% of the number of actual artists that are up there, because literally anybody can release an album and not all of them are great. But some of them are really wonderful, but honestly just don't have the marketing budgets. And like, if you guys watched my last video, that was, you know, album sales don't matter because it's all marketing budgets is basically what it is. Essentially when I release my music, I'm hoping that my marketing budget is that I share it here and you guys, maybe some of you guys will like it and then go check it out. So I mean, like, my marketing budget has just been the last 5 years of me just talking about Prince and loving Prince. And maybe some of you might go over and check out the stuff that I've done. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I think everybody should know all of their options um before they release any music. Like, I know my options, right? Like, I've done all the research. I know exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm releasing myself. I'm keeping my masters. All my ownership is mine and all that stuff. What that means, obviously, is that I might not sell as much, and most likely will not sell as much as I love my music, I know I know that even if it's like, say, 5% of the people who follow me on all of my social medias and all my different channels decide to check out my music, let's say 10% of them actually like the music. I hope it's more, but I'm just saying, I'm thinking like in small numbers so that I'm pleasantly surprised if I hit bigger numbers. But I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. There you go. I don't know what to tell you. Meh. All right, so let's see. I have there's a few people who are just like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like, I'm doing fine. Like, I'm honestly just happy to be here and doing a live stream. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on. So, but again, a lot of hard work going in those 2 weeks. I have some really fun stuff coming, not only to the channel, but I have my own music coming out soon. The goal is to have all of my own music done by the end of the month, which would mean that, April is when I'm going to start like hardcore marketing and talking about it and sharing the music and stuff like that. So we'll see. But like I said, last week has been me recording this brand new series of videos for the channel. So Prince's Friend, Not My Own Music stuff. And you are going to love it. I have one more video to record, which I hopefully will get done sometime this week. And then you guys will be able to see what so much fun. It's so much fun. You guys are gonna it's like another like 4 hours worth of stuff that you guys are going to see here on the channel. Like, it's great. Oh my god, I can't even wait to show you guys. It's gonna be so much fun. So let's see. All right. Oh, see, it jumped. All right, so I'm gonna try and jump. I'm gonna jump kind of to the end. If I missed your question, again, you can do a super chat. It'll make it pop up, and then I can hit your question. But since it's jumping, I think I'm just gonna go to the end, and I'm gonna start hitting some of these questions. We're hitting about an hour too, so I'm gonna try and just maybe hit another handful of questions, and then I'm pretty sure my wife is almost done with dinner, and then I'm gonna have to go. So it's better that I leave voluntarily than for her to come knocking on my door and being like, "Hey, you better come eat this food." But let's hit a few more questions. let's hit a few more questions. Let's see. So Dara, again, me and my dad were talking about Nothing Compares to You and thought it could have been meant for Purple Rain because it possibly fit in the movie. when he went to Apollonia back at the end of the film. I mean, it could be, although it's not necessarily a song about getting back together. It's a song about breaking up. So I don't know. That's a tricky one. I don't think it would have fit the feel of the Purple Rain album or the movie though. It definitely has a different feel. I don't know. It's interesting. Hmm. Hey Jeff. Good to see you. I mean, you might have missed the news. I put a link in the description, and obviously, you can go back to the beginning and start watching from the beginning where I talk about all of the news and the rumors. This is rumor stuff here, guys. So none of this is confirmed, but I wanted to talk about it and just have it out here. All right. So that when we get the official confirmation about things, I can come back and be like, look, it actually is this. This is what we were talking about before, but it is this now. So there's stuff. There's stuff to discuss. Let's see here. I like this from Lilu. Princess Friend, you would secretly buy it, right? I assume that's about the Black Album reissue. No, I mean, I would have to use my wallet as in protest there. I would secretly want to buy it, but I don't think I could buy it. That might be something where, and I don't normally like say you should pirate things. But that would probably be one that I would most likely like. I would hear it, I'd listen to it, and I would review it and stuff, but I would not spend my actual money on it. I'd get it somehow. But I would not buy it, which would be that's what the record company wants is they want you to spend your money on it, and I would not do that. If I could hear it some other way, I'll listen to it and review it and talk about it and stuff, but I would definitely not spend my money on it. There's a question here, and I think I missed it. I'm trying to find it. I saw it, and then it all jumped around. But here it is from Superfly. Have you watched Sheila E's channel? I haven't, and it hurts me too because I keep getting alerts because I do follow her channel. So I keep getting the alerts of like episode 6. I'm like, what? You're doing so good, but I haven't gone and actually watched them yet. My plan is to maybe do that, maybe next week, maybe the week after. Like it keeps popping up on my list of things to do is that I need to go and watch Sheila E's channel. I haven't done it yet. I do plan on doing it though. So, don't get too mad at me, but I will be doing it soon because I want to talk about it because I'm sure she's talking about some amazing stuff on there. So I want to definitely talk about it. So let's see. Let me see. What's my favorite Prince song? Currently I've been saying it is and you'll see a video that I'm releasing this week and you will understand how strong my love is for when will I get to reviewing Expectation and News? I do my Prince reviews in order. So whenever those came out in accordance with Kama Sutra, which is the next one, I'll do Kama Sutra, then New Power Soul. And then I believe after New Power Soul, I'll probably have a bunch of single stuff because I have some like individual MPG music songs that I'll need to release. Reviews for individual songs, and then Rave Unto, and then Rave Into, and the Rainbow Children. So I go in order. I don't remember which year News and Expectations came out, but I will definitely talk about those in the order that they were released because that's what I like to do here. It just makes everything a little bit more streamlined. It just makes it easier to do. Are all of your tattoos Prince? No, I have 2 Prince tattoos and 2 non-Prince tattoos. I have my turtle here, which is for my middle kid, representation of him and his love for turtles. I have a puzzle piece, which is representation of my oldest kid. And then I have a Prince symbol and I have a yes. So 2 of them are Prince. You can't get both in the same. There you go. So 2 of them are Prince, 2 of them are my kids. So, but they are not all Prince tattoos. Let me see. What's my take? Oh, this is a good question. What's my take on Extra Level being retracted from 1999 Deluxe? I think that the question is worded in a certain way that would make you think that in any universe they would have put it on there. I am not of the opinion that they at any point were planning on putting Extra Lovable on 1999 Deluxe. So them leaving it off was very predictable. And the reason why is because Prince, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? So music is an exploration. It is trying out new things. It is figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Prince wrote a song called Extra Lovable back then, and it had some very, very dark tones. And he ended up not releasing it. When he did release Extra Lovable, much, much later on in his career, with lots of some amazing horn play on it, he ended up releasing it, and it removed all of the kind of problematic language and replaced it with more, loving stuff. So I like that. So I like the fact that he was like, you know what, it's not the right thing. It's not the right thing. I'm not going to release this, so I'm going to change this around, and now I like it even more. So let's release it. So I'm down with that. I like it. I think somebody else just said here that somebody says that they accused Prince of promoting rape. So that's also that's the thing with that song, right? Is that no, it didn't promote rape. It didn't say, "Hey everybody, let's go out and rape people." Like that's not what the song is. Like that's not what it is. What it is it's Prince exploring that side, that really, really dark, sadist kind of side of him. And again, even he in the end was like, I am not releasing this. Like, I'm not going to do it. So, it's because it's very much against anything that he would have written before, even back in the day, he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to, it's fun. We did it. We recorded it. It was, you know what though? We've decided we're not releasing it. So that's just my thought. I don't know. I'm sure people have really strong thoughts because they love his early stuff and how grungy and stuff it sounds. And thank you again for another $1, Chef Carter. Thank you. What do I think about the cover of Get Off and Coming to America? Oh, okay. So that's why you gave me the $1. Good question, and probably better for us to move away from the other discussion. I liked it. I thought that it was fun. Coming to America was a fun little movie. So, and honestly, I was not expecting the cover of Get Off. So when it popped up, I was like, that's great. And then when they were like, oh gosh, I love Leslie Jones, and I loved it when she was just like, you better go put some purple on that girl. I was like, fucking loved it. It was great. Anyway, yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah, so there you go. This is a good question, Colton. Did I get the Prince new magazine of the 5th anniversary? I did actually get it. It's right here. Bam. So I did actually get it. It's the 5 years later right there. So yeah, I did get that copy. I thought it was pretty well put together. Yeah, I thought it was good. But I did pick it up. Mostly because I got it and there was a couple of articles in there that I hadn't read before. So I was like, yeah, Stone actually told me that I should pick it up. So it was good. I liked it. Let me see. Let me see here. Jeff says, I should do a versus video with Purple Music, Purple House, and the Purple Party Mix. But leave off Purple Rain just to mess with people. I'm going to write that down. So Purple Music, which, oh my God, I love Purple Music already. Purple House is good too. But I can already say, like right now, Purple House loses to Purple Music. And then the Purple Party Mix. Which one's Purple Party Mix? Because it's a mix of something else. Oh God, now I have to go look that. Like I have to look it up. Purple Party. Oh, Party Man. Ah, see, that's hard. That's hard. Now, see, Purple Music versus Party Man. That's a good one. That's a little bit of a difficult one there. So I don't know. We'll see. I could probably do a versus video like that. Do one for the fans because you guys requested it and whatnot. Anyway, So yeah, so we're a little bit over an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Thank you to everybody who came and hung out with me for a good hour on a Sunday evening. Thank you to everybody who hit like. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, so you always know when Prince's Friend releases a new video. Yes, I've been talking to Michael. We're gonna do something together. I've been on his show a bunch of times. I've never had him on here, so I'm going to try and have him on here soon. But yes, we will be doing something with Michael Dean soon. I've already been talking to him. But definitely thank you for checking us out. Don't forget to hit join if you want to become a YouTube member, or hit the link for the Patreon at patreon.com/princessfriend if you want to support the channel. If you do that, if you become either of those, you also kind of already know the project that I'm working on, because it involves my channel supporters. So if you're not a channel supporter, you have no clue what I'm talking about. If you are, then there you go. So there you go. So anyway, may you live to see the dawn. I love you all. I will see you in the next video, which will be coming at you very, very soon.